What's up, guys? It's Wally. Today we're going to be doing some battles with the Gravity team. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys who've been up on the ladder for the past couple weeks have seen some form of a Gravity team before. It can be done with Sandy Shocks, it can be done with Sableye, and a couple other Pokemon as well. Now, if you guys haven't seen Gravity yet, pretty much what it does is it makes everything on the field 5/3 more accurate. So it's basically a 67% increase to your accuracy, which means that things like the Precipice Blades, High Horsepower, Heat Wave, which are normally not 100% accurate and tend to miss more often than not, those are going to be 100% accurate. And even something like Hypnosis will end up becoming 100% accurate as well, which is one of those Gravity strats that always upsets me up on the ladder, only because it's so hard for me to kind of counter. But either way, I think being able to do that to make Precipice Blades, High Horsepower, Heat Wave, Bleak Wind Storm, and moves like that become 100% accurate is so beneficial. I mean, one of the biggest gripes that I've had about Groudon in pretty much the last two generations is the fact that Precipice Blades, although it is 85% accurate, doesn't seem to hit like it's 85% accurate. It always ends up missing in really important situations, and unfortunately, that basically is the difference between a win and a loss. So if you have a move out there like Gravity, which makes things like that 100% accurate, makes you so tough to take down. And not just that, but with Gravity as well, all flying types, Levitate Mons, and things like that come down to the battlefield, which means that Precipice Blades will still end up hitting something like Tornadus, or even Landorus, or any other flying type Mon, Flying Terra, or Levitate Mon as well, which makes it even more dangerous because, hell, you can always send out a flying type Mon out there to be able to avoid Precipice Blades if you're worried about it, but once Gravity is active, you're not going to have that luxury anymore. And that actually kind of works the same way with the High Horsepower as well. Think about potentially like a flying and fire type Mon. Rillaboom doesn't have anything that's really going to be great into it. Knockoff would be neutral, but again, it is, a non-stab move. But if you bring them down to the battlefield and go High Horsepower, it's a super effective move at that point, and you should do some pretty good damage, whereas Rillaboom otherwise typically wouldn't do too much. So again, Gravity is going to be a really great strategy. Again, if you guys have already seen it, you know how good it can be. If you guys haven't, get prepared because it's going to be a lot of fun. But before we get into the battles, I want to send a big thank you out to our buddy Buck, who is the one who allowed me to use this team. So Buck, thank you so much. But we'll get into the battles, but before we do, as always, if you guys are new here, just haven't yet, please make sure to go down and hit the subscribe button. If you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to drop a like too. But let's get into the battles. Oh, now it is not really good to see Landorus out there, to be completely honest with you, only because we have 4 Pokemon that are going to be weak to ground. Well, 3 that are weak to ground, and 1 with Terra would be weak to ground. But that's alright. In all honesty, we can still take care of it, especially when we go with Gravity. Both of Lando and, I was about to say Thundy, Tornadus are both going to come down to the ground so they can actually get hit with Precipice Blades. So let's make sure that we set that first. Let's go with them. Let's also go with Tornadus to be able to set the Tailwind. Also, of course, bring Groudon and I hate to say it, but I think we're going to go Gouging Fire. I was thinking about going with Chi-Yu. The only downside is, we wouldn't have anything that would be even neutral to Incineroar. So if we didn't take Incineroar out before Chi-Yu came in, we would have been a little SOL. That's fine. Not a big deal. Now, since I know Tornadus can sometimes have Cloak, they may go with the Fake Out over into Sandy Shocks. Either way, let's start with the Gravity, and let's go for the Tailwind to start. You bet they do. Perfect. Nice crit. Look at our Tailwind. So will they, I would assume. Bet. Cool. Not a big deal. We'll get the Gravity. That's good. And now here's what I think we're going to end up doing. I think we can actually go for the Discharge. However, instead of obviously having Tornadus out there, even though we could because it does have Sash, still think we're just going to bring Groudon in. Even if they go Parting Shots over into like that spot over there with Torn, yeah, it won't do anything because that will end up being Groudon. Groudon has the Clear Amulet, which means they're not going to swap out. So, that's going to be the plan right there. And let's see if we can get some really good damage over on Tornadus, too. If we can knock them out ASAP, that would be fantastic. Best part, too, is because of the sun, they're going to get the Proto over there as well, and that's going to just be a lot better for us. Although you got to hope that they don't end up going for a Flare Blitz. Ah, good call. Who are you bringing in, though? Please be water. Yes! Let's go. Should do some good damage over to Urshi. Nice. That's what you'll love to see. That's unfortunate, but that's alright. Just a Covert Cloak, you know? So let's go Discharge again. And because we know it's going to essentially be 100% accurate right now, go for the Precipice Blades, too. Nice. So we knock out Urshi. Goodbye, and Incineroar takes a singular target. Precipice Blades right here. So, yeah. Yeah. Bye, Incineroar. Now, look at that. Groudon didn't even want you to see what happened to Incineroar. That was that much of a massacre. So, let's go. Now all we have to deal with is Tornadus, who probably, more than likely, ends up having Rain Dance as well. That's not going to be ideal. Ooh, and Zacian, too. Okay, let me think about this. So let's see. Zacian, Steel, Fairy, as well as potential fighting as well. If we Terrastalize into Fire with Groudon, I think we're going to be good, in all honesty. I only say that because, well, here's what we'll do first. And then again, we only have one at Tailwind. Yeah, that's actually okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go with the Discharge, and we're going to Protect as well. Let's see what the Terra is. I'm assuming that's going to be Torn. No, okay, maybe not. Going into Grass. Alright, that's awesome. I'm glad we Protected then. That allowed us to see what their Terror was going to be, and now we can actually go with a Heat Crash over there. And the Terror is going to be good too, because then we resist, again, pretty much everything that they have. That's fine. That's not ideal. Not ideal, but we'll be fine. Can we KO over there? That would be fantastic. No. Not even close, as a matter of fact. Oh, but we get a Para! That is huge! That is super huge! Let's go! Alright, so let's go Discharge again. I'm actually going to swap out into Gouging Fire. Gouging Fire is going to be able to take this, going to be able to take a Bleak Wind Storm pretty easily. And again, any Steel or even potential, whatchamacallit. Ooh, that's rough though. Sorry, Shocks. Gravity returned to normal. That is a little rough, but... Oh, let's see. Let's go with Tornadus on this one. Alright. The most important thing here... Let's try to set the Tailwind, actually. Oh, what's awesome, too, is the fact that they Terrastalized over there allows us to actually go with a Breaking Swipe. They may just go for a Taunt, but what can you do at that point? Oh, no, bro. We could have went for the Sunny Day then. We actually would have gotten the Sun, but that's okay. I was a little more worried at the fact that they might end up going for a Taunt. Main reason for that. But at least we get the Tailwind. And also the fact that they're paralyzed, too. Allows us to outspeed them as well. So let's go Bleak Wind Storm on this one. Let's go Breaking Swipe again. Let's just finish this off. Plus, with the rain up, we hit this 100%. They're not going to be able to get away from it, you know? And that's going to be game right there. Again, we didn't even need the weather in the end. In fact, the rain is the thing that kind of helped us a little bit here. Yeah, we couldn't go with a fire move to take out their grass or anything like that. But at the same time, you know, that allowed us to actually hit a Bleak Wind Storm 100%. And that's good into a grass mon, you know? So there we go. Even though Groudon wasn't out there at the end of the battle, still in the bag. It was going to be able to come out and just kind of finish things off. So really glad we got that win. Good game. Ooh, but question is, how is this going to do against potential Trick Room? Let's see. Thankfully for us, they don't have anyone that's going to change the weather. You know what I mean? So I think we're actually safe to start off with these two. Urshifu would be a problem, but the fact that we would have the sun up if that is Rapid Strike. The good thing, again, is the fact that, like, it would just be weakened damage anyways. Let's bring Vine Sauce as well, because I think that Solar Blade is actually going to be good into a couple of these guys as well. Part of me wants to go Gouging Fire. The downside is the neutrality to Ice. And plus with Gravity, the Heat Wave would be 100%. Dang. But in all honesty, I think Gouging Fire is going to be the right call. More bulk. Howl, that's going to help out quite a bit too. So, again, a lot of things that are helpful with them. So, almost makes me wish I got Pokemon Scarlet. Either way, though, let's see what happens here. Who are you going to lead? I'm guessing it's going to be the Ice Horse and Indeedee. No? Okay, going with your other Follow Me Mon. Gotcha. Understandable. I think we do have to Terrastallize into Fire, though. I only say that because they could go Horn Leech. And that would be pretty bad, in all honesty. That would be really, really bad. So, we definitely don't want that to happen, you know? So, let's go Grav. Let's Terra Fire. Problem is, Heat Crash doesn't do much over there. I'm going to go Precipice Blades. I know it's not going to do a lot over there, but in all honesty, you know. So let's see. Let's see how much it's going to do. I'm hoping it's going to do at least a quarter over there. I know it's going to be tough because they do resist it, but you never know. We're pretty strong. That works for me. Okay. That actually kind of works too. We get Gravity. That's actually going to be a pretty big help. That's okay. Now, question is... Problem with Discharge is we end up hitting ourselves, obviously. And Reflect would actually be nice, too. So let's go with the Reflect. I think that's going to be smarter, and let's go P-Blades. Don't tell me I should have went Discharge. Don't tell me this is going to be a Water Terra. Don't be a Water Terra. I should have went Discharge. I thought there was no way they would go with a Water Terra in front of an Electric. That's okay. If we can survive, we'll get it on the next one, hopefully. The power of the sun and Reflect. Not great, but that happens. Let's go Discharge on this one. We'll protect. Good thing is we do have Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch is going to be a pretty big help too. And all that kind of stuff. Plus we have Rilla. You know, Rilla is going to be really good for us too. Once we get rid of the water pond over there. Let's go, we'll protect. We'll get the discharge, I hope. That's huge, actually. That is actually really huge. Wow. Let's go. That's a really good turn right there, then. That is a really good turn. Can we get some good damage? Good stuff, man. That's what I'm talking about right there. So, I hate to do it again, but let's go discharge again. And screw it, let's go P-Blades again. Why not? Tanked. Dunzo. Oh no, we're gonna hit ourselves pretty hard here too. All we gotta hope is that they go with like an Ivy Cudgel over into Sandy Shocks then. No, I didn't think so. Hey, and no crit either. Dude, that Reflect really helping out. Too bad that doesn't help Groudon right there as we end up knocking ourselves out. That's okay though. I underestimated how much the Reflect and the Sun were gonna help. Or at least the Reflect with that high horsepower, you know? Let's see. Even if they do have Indeedee... I ain't gonna risk that. Let's go Gouging Fire. Ooh, Ursaluna. Hi, buddy. Gouging, and who's this last one gonna be? Oh! Okay, excuse me. It's gonna be a speed, that's good. That's even better. Gravity for one more, Trick Room for 2. I'll see if I can get a light screen up. I don't know if we're gonna be able to though. Let's make sure we protect. That's fine. We should survive this. Nice. Ooh, and it's Lorb too. Nice. We'll get the light screen up. That's going to be a big help going forward. Let's hope that they just try to take them out. That's awesome. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that is actually really awesome because that allows us to go... Hold on. Let me think about this. There goes our attack. Forgot about that. Sorry, let's go Rilla. Trying to remember if they tear it or not. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Okay. Sorry. Forgot they teared water. Yeah. So here's what we're going to do. That allows us... We don't have Fake Out. Forgot about that. That allows us to go for the Solar Blade down there. And let's go for the Heat Crash down onto Fluttermane too. Nice way to survive. Like I said before, very tanky. Love to see that. Oh no, there's no sun. I totally forgot we lost the sun. Well, we'll get that on the next one. They end up losing Trick Room here, so we're going to end up going before them anyway. So, in a way, it kind of worked out. You got to remember that with Solar Blade is without the sun, that's not going to do too much. But oh well. Oh well, we're still fine here. Again, we got 2-on-1 with a light screen up, and also, you know, all that kind of stuff too. I think we're gonna end up going with the Breaking Swipe though. I only say that because I don't know how much the whatchamacallit's gonna do. That's fine. I mean, that's honestly the right call right there, just to avoid the Solar Blade. It makes a lot of sense. That's fine. Honestly, all we have to do is go for another Breaking Swipe. Yeah, all we have to do is go for another Breaking Swipe and go for a Probably go for a Grassy Glide. Actually, let me think about this. We have 3 grass. Here's what we're going to do instead. Let's go Grassy Glide. Let's go Howl. Yeah. Okay, we'll get it next one anyways. Yeah. Either way, they're not going to be able to KO both with a Hyper Voice. The Blood Moon's going to be a little rough though, but not enough thanks to the light screen. Again, we knew we were going to have the bulk and all that kind of stuff. I was a little worried about the Blood Moon though, but honestly, with that, we're good to go now. We have 2 turns of grass. All we have to do is Grassy Glide to victory, and all that kind of stuff. What's great too, again, Solar Blade is 125. So the good thing about that and all that kind of stuff is just the fact that, you know, obviously you're going to be able to get that extra 5 power and not take any recoil damage as well. That's actually really big, is not taking the recoil that like Wood Hammer would end up giving you. But even so, again, the downside to it is the fact that you have to have the sun out there or just risk having it go 2 turns, you know? Either way, though, they protect. They may try to go for a double protect, maybe? Gouging Fire is almost getting back up to full, which is awesome. Rillaboom's getting back up there, too. Wonder how much... Never mind. I was going to say, I wonder how much longer we have the light screen, but it answers the question. There we go. And that'll pick it up right there. Sorry, I know that took a little longer than we were hoping, but at least we ended up picking up the victory there. I thought it was going to be a little rough once they ended up getting that Trick Room up. But again, thankfully, with the bulk that we have, and the fact that we had the sun, as well as the reflect, and then eventually the light screen up as well, just really, really good for us. So, good game. It looks like we got a little bit of a Reg F team right here, man. I can appreciate that. I like it. I know the Empoleon has competitive, so we need to make sure to not go with something like Snarl or Breaking Swipe or something like that. So, I think having Tailwind's still going to be pretty beneficial, though. Let's do that, and let's bring Shocks. Obviously, let's bring Groudon. And... like, part of me really wants to go for Chi-Yu, because I really want them to get a chance to go with a Heat Wave with the thing up, but it's not really going to benefit us at all. Let's go with them. Let's go with Rillaboom. At least that'd be something that'd be really good to take care of, like T-Tar and all them. So, plus Solar Blade can go absolutely nuts too. You know. Well, let's see what happens here. Question is, do they lead T-Tar? Do they bring it in the bag just to be able to change weather if we set it ourselves? That's good answer. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have to set the Tailwind. Even though if they go with like E-Speed or something, it's not going to matter too much. Let's go Tailwind and let's go Grab. Perfect. Tailwind. Gravity. Now they go Dragon Dance, maybe? Maybe Outrage? Yep, so D-Knight. Ooh, Ice Spinner. Ooh, way to go, Torn? My dude, that's what I'm talking about. So let's go Bleak. We know that's going to hit for sure. And let's get the Reflect up. Why not? I think that'd be really nice. Now, chances or choice. Wow. Question is, are they choiced? I'm so sorry. Are they choice banned or are they just or are they something else? Good stuff. Really good damage on that too. I can appreciate that. And a speed drop. Knock off. There goes our Covert. Yeah, bye Torn. Yeah. So they're not choiced. That's good to know. Should have known by the Ice Spinner damage. That's alright. Let's go Groudon. And again, we can just spam P-Blades at this point because really doesn't matter. Only because we know it's going to be 100% accurate, you know? So we can do that, and we can actually go for the discharge as well, because... yeah, we're a ground type. Not going to affect us. And if they do bring out T-Tar, they have to deal with the Precipice Blades and a discharge themselves. So, we'll see. Do they want to change the weather? It's understandable. That's fine. Good to go. You'll hit over there, though. Ooh, good damage. You got a berry, but that berry ain't saving you from the Precipice Blades, buddy. I'm sorry. Nice. And the fact of the matter is Dragonite can't get away from that either. So we've seen 3 of their moves. They have Ice Spinner, they have Waterfall, and they have Protect. What's the 4th one? My guess would be E-Speed, but it's possible that it's not. It's possible. Albeit not likely, but possible. That's fine. Shocks loses its speed boost, but in all honesty, we're faster than these guys anyways, you know? And even if they go into a Flying Terra, they still get hit by the P-Blades. Doesn't matter if you're a Flying Terra. In gravity, you're still on the ground, so... you're still getting hit, bud. You just take away your super effective nature, you know? So let's see. What we gonna see? And again, we have a Reflect up anyway, so we're gonna really limit the damage that both of them are gonna be able to do to us. Sandy Shocks is so hideous, isn't it? Things also, I love Magneton and everything too, but man, they made that thing look absolutely ancient, huh? Good stuff. And the Para on D-Knight. It's not gonna matter in all honesty, but... see? Oh, let's go. Okay, we didn't need the crit on that one. It helped, don't get me wrong, but we didn't necessarily need it. But there we go. Now we got a good old 3-on-1 right here. Question is, who is that 4th Mon as our Tailwind goes away? And the good thing, too, is both these guys are ground types, so they don't get affected by the Sandstorm. Ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, we got... sorry, I thought it was going to be quicker than that. I was trying to get my timing right. But apparently I can't even do that. Well, let's see. Realistically, who could it be? You know? Because they had Empoleon left. They also had... let's see. We got rid of Incineroar, Dragonite, and T-Tar. So yeah, Empoleon. I totally forgot their other 2. Either way, whoever it is, I think we're going to be fine here. If it's a special attacker, we could put... the light screen up, but I don't think we necessarily need it again. So, again, I think we should be fine here. Should be fine. By the way, good to know that those 2 grandmas ended up making it down to the beach for the battle. Thanks, guys. I appreciate all the support. Maybe they walked away from their Switch or something. Anyway, how's your guys' day going? What you guys up to? Did you guys have a good weekend? Everyone have a good Mother's Day? If you guys didn't call your mom or anything like that, you guys make sure to at least shoot her a text and say, Happy Mother's Day. And especially since this is the day or 2 after Mother's Day, definitely say sorry for being late. Show them this video of this guy taking a while to select his last Pokemon from the one that they have left. And be like, sorry, this was me on Mother's Day. I forgot to text you. Either way, this feels like it's been a lot more than a minute. I feel like maybe they disconnected and my game is just kind of acting up a little bit. Either way, I think we really do kind of have the win right here, in all honesty. Now again, we got Groudon out there, we have Sandy Shocks, and we have Rillaboom in the back. Yeah, I think we just lost connection. Either way, whoever that last Mon was going to be, we had 3 really strong Mons to be able to take care of it. We had a Mon that was going to be able to set another screen, all that kind of good stuff. So again, I think we really just kind of had the win at the end there. Good game. So if you guys haven't run into any gravity strategies yet, definitely consider yourselves lucky because, again, Groudon, its biggest gripe, honestly, for me for the last 2 generations, has been that Precipice Blades just isn't accurate enough. I mean, I forget, what, 85%, something like that? Just doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's a lot less. So having something like Gravity out there to guarantee that it's going to hit just makes Groudon so terrifying. The only thing that's really going to stop you is Wide Guard or a Flying Mon. And even with the Flying Mon, you're really not going to have to worry about that because the Gravity brings them down to the battlefield, so you're still going to be able to hit them with P-Blade. So really, realistically, Wide Guard is your only kind of counter to Gravity with Precipice Blades. And even if you don't go Precipice Blades with Groudon, you got Heat Wave on Chi-Yu. You know, you have a high horsepower on Rillaboom, Bleak Wind Storm. Like, there are a lot of things that aren't 100% accurate that, you know, if you end up missing it one time in a battle, it could be extremely detrimental. You do a lot of good damage with those non-100% accurate moves, so you really want to make sure you hit all of those. So, again, having Sandy Shocks or some other Gravity user out there is extremely ideal and just makes Groudon so much tougher than it already is. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And again, big thank you out to our buddy Buck, who was the one who let me use this team. But if you guys enjoyed the video, you guys make sure to go down and drop a like. If you're new, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.